So we're back after the charcoal has been cooked, and we're ready to open up this kiln. This took about 13 hours, which is on the long side in my experience. Generally 10 to 12 hours of cooking time, but I closed it up at 13 hours, and at that time we sealed it with a drywall compound, and anywhere that had some gaps, all the windows are closed, the top was closed, which the top was closed during the whole making process anyway, and let it cool down for a couple days. In this case, we've let it cool down for several weeks until we could get back to it, which is fine also. It does not need to be processed right away. It's a pretty inert product, so it can sit here for quite a while as long as it stays dry. So what we're going to do is open up the top and take it off and see what awaits us inside. Looks pretty good. Here's a piece that's not cooked all the way. There's some charcoal on here. Breaks off. So, this will be in the next time's pile. But that's a good piece of charcoal. We'll break some of this stuff off and bag that up. So then we've got pieces like this. That's all charcoal. Easily breaks. Even as I pick it up, it falls apart. So the one thing about handling charcoal, natural charcoal, is it is fairly fragile. So you want to limit your handling of it to a certain extent, so that you keep the larger pieces. You don't necessarily want them this big, but when you get them to this size, that's a good size. And so the more you handle it while you're bagging or whatnot, it gets smaller, which is still a usable product, but this tends to be the size that people would like to use on their grill. Okay, so for equipment at this stage of the emptying the kiln, it's quite simple. All you need is a shovel, and sometimes a pitchfork like this, a manure fork, is handy. This almost pre-sorts it a little bit and makes it a little bit easier sometimes to get in between. You don't want to handle the stuff too roughly and break it up into small pieces. So we just scoop it out however you can get to it with a scoop shovel or pitchfork. The main safety item to have is some kind of eye protection to keep dust out of your eyes, and a dust mask. This is a dusty process. It's a little bit dirty. It easily washes. Otherwise, gloves, some people want to wear gloves, but it'll wash off your hands easily too.